I hunt Sylvia.
What's up, guys? Tonight we finally get to install some cool new parts, not just bushings. We had a huge leak on the intake manifold where it joins up with the plenum right down there. So when we took it off, we need to replace both gaskets, and if you notice, the stock side feed fuel system is gone, and we're replacing it with new top feed Injector Dynamics and a Radium fuel rail and all of the little bits that it takes to make it happen. Wait, guys, if you remember 2 years ago when we started this channel, you remember Jay.
OG. In the flesh.
He's here. Jay's one of my best friends. He's the smarter one of us too, so hopefully he can tell us some cool stuff about injectors along the way. But he's
doubtful.
Here to...
Very doubtful.
Do you lube them up when you put them in?
I'm just a dad now, man.
He's forgotten. No, just kidding. He has a really sick project that maybe you'll see more of if he posts videos. We'll see. But he's here to help me to install this stuff today. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, you need to hit the subscribe button. And the reason why is because when we are done with this project and everything's dialed in, it looks amazing, we're giving this car away. And if you want to be up to date on how to win this car, you need to subscribe because we'll be announcing it soon. Old gaskets out of here. You huffing?
All I can say is, on my engine, the K20 ports or K24 ports are way bigger than the SR20 ports.
Yeah, well, not every engine can be a Honda engine. So the main reason that we're replacing these gaskets is we had a huge boost leak down here. And if you're running on a speed density tune, you don't want any boost leaks after your manifold air pressure sensor, and this was a big one. So by fixing this and replacing both gaskets, tighten it down to spec, we shouldn't have any leaks here anymore, and we'll be able to have a quality, consistent tune. But it's super important to clean where Jay's cleaning, because if you have tons of gunk around there where your gasket's supposed to be, it won't seal on top of just piles of like dirt or whatever's built up there. Fresh gasket. So right here, you can see why we had a boost leak. See that deep gouge? And that one right there, right where the boost leak was. So we are going to sand that down so there's no ridges. And then we'll probably use a little bit of silicone gasket maker right there to fill it in. Let's do this. That's Jason. Outside.
He's driving a rice burner?
No, dude, he's borrowing a gnarly Porsche turbo.
Jason did?
Yeah.
Heyo!
The Richie ban is over! Okay, we got all of the hardware in and torqued down to 13 pounds. So shouldn't have any leaks. So here is the old fuel rail that we removed and the side feed injectors. difference here is the fuel runs through this fuel rail and surrounds the fuel injector and then runs into it and into the engine. The ones we're installing, the fuel comes in through the top of the injector and out into the engine. The reason that we're doing this upgrade was because our tuner, who you've seen in the past videos, Alex Pasquin at Ignition Logic, is super particular about fuel systems. And the reason why is, other than oil, your fuel system and having it dialed is the next most important thing. Because if you starve for fuel under boost and your engine goes lean, you can pretty much count on replacing your engine depending on how severe it is. And with side feed injectors, you can see a pressure drop when you're tuning and during the engine's RPM range as it's consuming fuel out of that fuel rail. And while you're tuning side feed injectors, they just don't react as fast to the tuning. So with having these top feed injectors, we're gonna be able to get a better tune. It's gonna be more drivable, more responsive, and a safer tune. Huge shout out to Alex at Ignition Logic for helping us find this Radium kit, because this thing is ultra nice. It has these donuts that replace where the old rubbery ones go for your side feed. Lube them up, slide them right in, and the top feeds fit right there. That is so clean. Dude, this Radium stuff is so nice. Major news flash. Our Injector Dynamics came with this little sleeve right here. And our injectors were way too tall for our fuel rail brackets and it wasn't lining up. So when we remove these, we have a shorter injector. And it should fit. All right, we finally got the fuel rail in after figuring out the bracket.
After doing every wrong combination of brackets and injectors.
We figured it out. So we had to get the right combination of brackets and taking off that injector adapter, but now everything is good. And in the next episode,
good and finger tight.
It's good enough. Good enough. So in the next episodes, I'm going to finish plumbing this so that we can get fuel to it. We're gonna get our fuel pressure gauge on there and get everything dialed and tight. And I'm gonna have to solder new connectors on here for the Injector Dynamics injectors. I'm starting to get pumped on this little car. It's looking so clean. This is way nicer parts than I have on my car. Poor car. This look nice. Jay, thanks, dude. It's good to have you back, Jay.
Go team.
I'm glad you're here. Hopefully you guys are pumped on the new fuel system. It's gonna run so much better than it ever would on the side feed setup, and I am pumped because this fuel rail is big enough to make as much power as someone wants to throw at it in the future. So stay tuned. Again, hit that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends, because if you don't win this car, you better hope one of your friends does, because it's gonna be a blast. Later.